Listed in the Declaration 11 times more often than taxation without representation was one of the lesser reasons, listed alongside Great Britain's suppression of immigration and her interference with our foreign trade. Listed in the Declaration 11 times more often than taxation without representation was the abuse of representative powers. The abuse of military powers was listed 7 times as often. The abuse of judicial powers 4 times as often. It was given little emphasis. This is one of the most popular textbooks in American history. It was from 1878. This was used in public schools for generations, and the author of that textbook, Charles Coffin, calls the story of liberty. He says, does anything have meaning? It's just a series of dates and places and events. There's not a purpose to history. It's an incomprehensible enigma. Very few really like history today as it's taught, but we used to teach history in a very different way. In the 1920s and 30s and 40s, we had a whole new group of historical writers that appeared on the scene. Charles and Mary Beard, W.E. Woodward, Fairfax Downey, and they started saying, you know, the only thing that really motivates people is money. That's all that anybody cares about. Let's teach history that way.
Wow.
So they started writing a whole series of textbooks that were what were called the economic view of history. The economic view of the Declaration, the economic view of the Constitution, the economic view of the American people. Everything was economics. We did that officially in the 1960s. Textbook writers adopted what's called the economic view of American history. The result is now of 40, 60, 70 years of being taught economic view. When you study the Declaration of Independence today, we learn that America was founded. The reason they did the Declaration of Independence was because of taxation without representation.
Right.
Well, that's an economic reason. The problem with that is the Declaration gave 27 different reasons that we became an independent nation. So under this economic view of American history that we've had for 70 years, it affects the way we see government.